Ruben Obed here, transmit live from Dorado, Puerto Rico, and I'm bringing you another little solar update. This is basically what I'm talking about is battery chargers, like the ones you buy at a regular auto parts store. Excuse me, and that are made for deep cycle and for car, like such as this one. All right, battery charge like that. This one is 8 amps. Okay, and they're good chargers. I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about them. I mean, they do their job. The thing is this: I for a while was using this charger to charge up this battery here. Okay, which is also from Advanced Auto Part. Before this one had its own dedicated solar panel. So basically, I would turn on my solar system and I would, use that charger to charge this battery up. Well, I noticed one thing, that the voltage, pardon all the cable in the way, the voltage after like a good day's charge, it was always weak. The moment I put a load on it, it would drop down. And for quite a while, I thought that there was an issue, with the battery. I thought the battery was kind of bad. Same thing holds true. I have another dedicated charger in the bathroom that runs a water pump, and that battery too was kind of weak. I was noticing it weak. Anyway, so I ended up getting a 100-watt solar panel, and when I noticed, I don't know how well you guys can see it there. Okay, if you see that, it's at 14.36, and so with this little cheap solar charge controller right here, basically I noticed at the end of the day, when I would turn on the load, my voltage would be more solid, would be straight 12.8, 12.7, very solid, and it never did that with the regular charger. Now, my analysis of this is basically this: these chargers like that. This is my theory, guys. I mean, I'm not. These chargers are more, I believe, for like car batteries, right? So even though they do give you a full charge, it's like, okay, it's charged, let's turn it off. I guess I assume that because these are regular battery chargers, I assume that when they're made, they figure, okay, let's charge it to 12.6 and we'll let the alternator take care of it, of the car's charging. When it comes to the solar, right? But what I'm saying is it'll bring it up to 12.6, but it doesn't stay absorbing, especially these deep cycle batteries, So anyway, to make a long story short, when I started charging this battery by itself with a 100-watt solar panel using this cheap PWM charge controller, the battery, the battery power was rock solid. This battery that I've actually had for a while, it would always reading 12.4, kind of weak. It gets really good charge. So my assumption is that these little cheapo charge controllers right there, okay, these little cheapo solar charge controllers, they give enough time, since it's solar, they give enough time for the battery to really absorb the charge, to truly absorb the charge. And I think that they're a lot better. They're a lot better than regular car chargers. So like I was explaining, I have another battery in the bathroom, right, that runs my water pump. Let me see if I can get in here without. Let me turn the lights on. All right, hold on. Let me flip the camera. So if you notice this battery here, let me take this little light off. You can see it right there. It's at 14.4. It's got the solar panel coming in. And I used to charge this one with this charger, which is 4 amp. So the issue wasn't the charger. And like I said, it was getting full charge, but it wasn't a really good saturated charge like I get now. And I remember when I would turn the water pump, even after a full day's charge, I would turn the water pump and all of a sudden the voltage would drop like too much. And then when I would turn the water pump off, it wouldn't bounce back as fast as it should. So right now it's at 14.4. So I came to the conclusion, all right, I came to the conclusion that battery chargers per se, automotive battery chargers, they will only charge your batteries up sufficiently to bring them up to 12.6, but they seem to lack the oomph to keep that 14.4 there for a good while so as the batteries absorb the charge very well. So that's my tip for you guys. I think based on that alone, I think that people, it would be worthwhile for you to somehow jerry rig a solar panel, a 12-volt solar panel, to your car. With I don't know, somehow get one of these little cheap, the little blue charge controllers that I showed you, and hook it up to your car battery, because the charge that you're getting from a battery charger, I mean, it'll fill it up, but it's not really like well filled up. I don't know how to explain it, you know. But for example, like going back to what I was talking about in the bathroom. So I would, before putting the solar panel on that battery, I was recharging it using the charger, and it would bring it up to 12.6. The moment I would turn on the charger, the water pump, the voltage would drop down to 12, sometimes even 11.9. When I would turn it off, you would expect a really, really full battery to just pop back up and go back to 12.5, but it wasn't. It would start lagging and it would stay like at 12.3, 12.4 slowly, very snailish. And the moment I put a solar panel on it, and like I said, explaining this to the people, I'm not referring during the day. Obviously, if the sun is out, the battery will come back. I'm talking about after 5-6 o'clock, that I would turn the water pump at night. The voltage would be and the battery would be kind of sluggish until I started charging it via solar. Now the battery, even at night, holds its voltage really, really solidly. So I don't know what it is. I'm assuming that it has all to do with the absorption time of the solar chargers versus a shorter voltage absorption time with a regular charger. So like I said, you could bring them back to full, but if you really, really want your battery to be top notch, even on your car or whatever, stick a little solar panel with one of them charge controllers. And it seems that deep cycle batteries are just need a little more pep, and those solar charge controllers, it keeps it there 14.4 good while. So I guess it gets a really solid charge. So that's just the info that I'm going to give to you, because honestly, and I said I think it's very important for me to explain this, because I really thought that that battery, both of them, were actually kind of going bad. I thought they were weak, and that wasn't the case. It wasn't that they were weak. It was that the charge that I was giving it, although they had a full charge and it was a 12.6, but it wasn't a really saturated charge. So I hope this helps out, and like if you have a battery that you think might be going a little weak on you, try charging with a solar panel, and a charge controller. I think you're going to notice a very, very big difference. And make sure, if they're lead acid batteries, make sure you check the water levels. Top your cells off, with distilled water. Don't use tap water, because the minerals mess up the batteries, and you're gonna have batteries for a long time. So all right, guys, take care, God bless, and I hope you enjoyed this video.